councillor, I've had about 5 meetings today, and it's been a great day. Look, I'm Julie Hardaker, and I'm standing for Mayor of Hamilton City. I'm a lawyer, I'm a business person, and I'm also chair of the SPCA. I want to answer this question from a personal viewpoint, actually, my own personal experiences. I grew up in a farming family outside Rotorua, and for all of my childhood, my father was a chronic alcoholic and a serious gambler. So I had a little chuckle, Ronnie, at your story about the pub, because I too can remember that very vividly, and that is an experience that you do have in those times, going to the pub and looking at the signs and spending endless hours in the car while the old man's in the pub drinking. In those days you didn't separate, families stay together, but my mother did separate from my father, and that was before the domestic purposes benefit and before property was divided equally. So I suppose when I look at this question, I can say to you that I've experienced all of those things in my childhood. And this is my own view about it. The pathway out of poverty is education, and that I think it's local government's role to at least assist at the primary school level, at the bottom, before you go off the track. And the pathway out of gambling addiction, you know, like any addiction, it's about breaking the cycle of addiction. I agree with thinking lit, but that doesn't break the cycle of addiction. How do you do that? Gosh, I don't know. My father was an alcoholic until he died. Nothing worked. So they're hard questions and they're not easy answers. But I think that anything that local government can do, anything council can do, to partner with everyone that's involved in doing that work is a good thing, and I would support that. And that's only just my experience. It's not anything magical or dreamlike or inspirational. It's just the way it is, and those are just my own personal experiences. So I would support anything. That helps, really. So thank you.
Thank you, audience, for being so patient and listening so well, and thank you to all the candidates for being really respectful and actually addressing the question. It's been really interesting to hear the wide range of views and what you've had to say. I make it nearly 9:15, so I think we've probably got about 10 odd minutes for questions, which isn't long, but I'd like the questions to be quite short and concise if possible, so that we get to hear what some responses to questions you might have. So, does anybody have a question? Yes.
Yes, I would like to know what the candidates think, plan to do about the parking fees in the CBD, and whether they plan to remove them or increase them.
Right. Parking fees.
Is that directed at everybody, or
whoever wants?
Could we have maybe one parking fees? Does anyone want to? Is there a policy? I know they've been removed.
I'll bite the bullet.
Okay.
Look, I think even
a minute.
Right, as quick as I can. If you cut all the parking meters off tomorrow, I don't think it's going to have a drastic change of attitude, and that is the base and Chartwell. Look, the shops, 15% are empty in Hamilton. So do you think that by making free parking that that's going to change overnight? We need a point of difference in the city. Would we put cheap parking? I'd give it a go. We've already spent $300,000 trialling it. And you know, the free weekends, it didn't make a damn difference. We went through to the retailers and said, what did it make difference to you having free parking on the weekend? And 99% of them said it didn't alter the till receipts at all. So it's an attitude thing, and I think we need a point of difference in the city.
I take a totally opposite standpoint. I think when you look at the investment we're making in Garden Place, I would have preferred to see some of those resources going with more parking initiatives. I would love to see Monday through Friday from 10 AM to 2 PM free parking on the weekends, and more importantly, better electronic dynamic signs showing where the available car parks are. In business, the simple bottom line is you've got to at least match your competitor. Currently, we're not matching the base, we're not matching the Chartwell. They provide a much more convenient product. You can then start dabbling with changing rating initiatives to bring the businesses back in, but you've at least got to have a level playing field. We don't have that yet.
Thank you. Is there another question? Yes.
Actually, this is to all the mayors, and it's actually the mayors for the whole nation, is that the government clearly does not have a constitution in this country. Now, that leads to poverty, and that is bringing all these international people in here to buy up all this land in this country, because that's leaving a huge loophole in the law. Now, the council and the mayors should be following the letter to the law. Whether they know that, we've got a lawyer sitting over here that understands what I'm talking about, is why is this government not following the constitutions of this country and allowing all of these structures to fall and opening the door for poverty?